All right, we're gonna get started. So today we're talking about things to stop doing. And just give you a disclaimer, selling real estate is not something we're gonna stop doing here at Bickerstaff Farm, so you can't say that. But I wanted to get your feedback on this question. You may be able to read it. It says, what is something you wish you had time to do? And I want you to think about why you first got into this business. I got into this business because I wanted to, what?
Play more golf.
Play more golf. Okay? You know, a lot of people say, you know, attend my children's sporting events, you know, family events. What's something else you wish you had more time to do?
Vacation.
Okay. What else? We're not gonna tell anybody outside this room this is what you want to do with your free time, okay?
Read.
Read? Okay.
Not real estate.
Okay. You want to read other things besides contracts. Yes, I get it. Okay. And what else? And this is a big one. Vacation. You know, just play or activities. You know, I'm gonna say sleep. Exercise. Anything else? That is something.
Rest.
Yeah, maybe you need, maybe you wish you had more time to, you know, relax. Okay. Anything else? You know, for a lot of us, it seems like there's, you know, we believe there's never enough time. And I always find it interesting when new agents interview because they don't have any clients, they don't have any appointments, all they have is time. Then you get into this business and then you would pay, how much, Ruthie, what would you pay to be able to play golf and still maintain your business each week? Give it.
I don't know. $100. I don't know.
Or who wish they had 2 hours this week to just relax and do nothing? Chantrell, was that 500? Is that what that meant? Pay 500?
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Right? It's so hard to put a price on that, right? But you know, did you know that not having enough time is an illusion? How many hours in the day? How many hours in the week? 168. There's 168 hours in the week, 24 in a day. And, you know, I need to clean my office. And if you've been in my office is like really become a disaster area. But I'm hopefully going to start cleaning it up next week. And then when next week rolls around, I'm probably going to kick that to the week after that when I have some time. And you know, I just don't have time to do it. I mean, I do not have time to do it. I'm just so busy. I can't take 20 minutes and throw away the things on my desk that really don't need to be on my desk. However, when we're forced to do something, the time's there, right? When we're forced to have to deal with it, you're forced to go, you know, perfect example. I can tell you everyone who has not cleaned their car in weeks because it's parked out there and someone's cleaning it, right? You only had time to move your car 50 feet back there where it's probably going to sit. I look into those cars. My truck is going to sit there probably for 3 hours. So I don't need my car for 3 hours, but I don't have time to do it, right? But suddenly, because Taylor sends out an email and says, hey, car wash guys here. All of us rushed down, parked our car out there, and we have time to get it done. So a paradox has emerged in the 21st century that, we have this enhanced quality of life. But at the same time, we keep adding to our stress levels by taking on more than we have resources to handle, right? We want to keep doing more. I want to keep doing more. Technology's allowed us to be all places at once. We can Zoom, we can text, we can chat. And so, as y'all just acknowledged, there's still only 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week. We don't really have more time. We've just filled it up with other things. So our next question is, what do most people find themselves doing instead of what they are supposed to be doing? Think about that while I write this up. Let's say, what should you be doing? So I'll go first. So what do most people find themselves doing instead of what they're supposed to be doing? I'm going to say, looking at hunting equipment. Who checked social media today already? Are you supposed to be doing that, Chantrell? You're not supposed to be doing that. What time do people start checking social media? First thing, like when you get up, as soon as you wake up, right? Like before you even make a cup of coffee. I just want to put that on here. Social media, surfing the web. You click on an Instagram ad and all of a sudden you're looking at a Solo stove or whatever other gadgets out there.
You're looking at some really fun things.
Yeah. And if you were just in between the appointment waiting for someone to call you back and you just wanted to see what was going on Facebook, because Facebook knows you haven't checked and your friends are going to leave you if you don't check social media several hundred times a day. They will know that you're not looking at it. So what do you think the greatest contributor to stress is?
Not allowed enough time to complete a task. It's one thing.
That is true.
It's being unorganized.
Inappropriately managed commitments that we make or accept, right?
I say yes.
Manage, that's another way of just saying, mismanaging our time, or what you said, Kappa. It's like, why did I say I was going to do that? Or why did I join this committee before figuring out what the obligations were? And now you don't have time to do any of that. Or why did I put that person in my car or meet with them before getting them pre-qualified? And now you're showing them property and you really should be doing something else. So Carrie Gleason says this consistent productive preoccupation with all things we have to do is the single largest consumer of time and energy. Who has a full schedule today? I mean, nobody else?
Chantrell, you're getting it.
Darn.
Even when it's not all on your Google Calendar, y'all are busy all day. I mean, y'all are doing stuff all day long, whether you plan to do that or not. I haven't seen anyone yet just up here taking a nap, just lounging around or asleep in your car, out back. Y'all are busy. If I saw you sleep in your car, I wouldn't say anything. So it's okay.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it is too hot.
Yes.
So if I'm a person that's wanting to, if there are things I want to start doing, and there's things that I shouldn't be doing, then how do I figure out how to stop doing some of these things and spend more time doing those. I'm going to give you all some tips. First, you gotta identify what's necessary. You know, what do I need to do today? What is necessary? Then what's possible? And then you've got to come up with a checklist on how you're going to put all those things together. So the key to stop doing things is hiding in your actions. So if I get up and check social media, literally before my feet hit the ground or walk to the kitchen to make coffee, what's an action I could do to prevent myself from doing that?
Not have your phone next to you.
Yeah, don't sleep with your phone. Get a stuffed animal or a big body pillow. I know that phone really keeps you comfortable at night when you wrap your arms around it. But yeah, you could. I promise you, if there's an emergency, you'll hear your phone in the kitchen just as much as you hear it next to your bed. I bought my kids alarm clocks because they wanted me to wake them up. It's like, the alarm clocks they make today, they don't wake, they're not even loud. I mean, I need like a siren going off. But if you want to change your actions, think about that for a second. What are the things I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing, and what action is causing that? Maybe you need to leave your phone on, you know, the dresser instead of your bedside table, or leave it in the kitchen, or wherever. However, whatever you're doing that you wish you would stop doing, you got to think about what's the action that's causing me to do that. So here's a couple of tips on the keys to stop doing things. You know, when you wake up in the morning, think about what needs to happen right now. What needs to happen today? And those of you that come to the Tuesday classes, we talk about a lot of these, the daily habits. So what needs to happen now? And you can just like make a little simple list when you get up. What can wait? Then on your now list, so what needs to happen now? What are the big important tasks? What do I need to get done like today or this morning? And then I love this word. What are the piddly ones? Does anybody know what piddly means? Yeah. If you get up and just start looking, you can just go through your calendar, and if you're going through your warm list and hot list, your clients, we talk about that on your hot list. What does this person need to hear from me today? Maybe they just need to hear that the inspection is scheduled for Friday, or that an amendment, hey, I'm going to get an amendment this afternoon. But if you start your day off before you even start working, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, it is so hard to come back to doing the things that you should. So this is going to sound crazy, and you probably think this is communism at Bickerstaff Parham. But I promise you, if you don't check your social media account till 9 a.m., the world will continue revolving. Social media will still be there. You might actually feel better. You'll probably feel stressed out for the first couple of days. Oh my gosh, I haven't checked Instagram, I haven't checked Facebook. What have I missed? You know, they're changing the algorithm every day. It's hard to even keep up with your real friends that are even on there. But just think what would happen if you got up in the morning and you kind of try to put your priorities first for the day. Because you can't do everything by yourself. And you got to stop thinking that you can. And so put your priorities first. Stop checking email, social media, till you've accomplished some of those tasks, or at least put together your list of things you want to do that day. Because this is the next challenge. I want y'all to take 3 minutes. Ever have a piece of paper or something to write on? I want y'all to think about what is one thing you're going to stop doing today. I'm not going to ask you to share it. If you want to write down 4 or 5 things, what's something you would, let me rephrase that, you want to stop doing today? Doesn't mean you're going to, but just what's one thing, if you could, you'd like to stop doing today? Could be coming to sales meetings on Wednesdays. You know, is it checking social media? Is it, I want to stop not exercising. I want to, I want to stop spending so much time with clients who aren't listening to me. I want to stop not going on vacation. I want to stop not planning. What are things you're going to stop? Things you're doing to be things that you wish you were doing. Maybe you want to stop worrying. My grandmother, and I've said this in meetings before, her name was Hart because she said she was so caring and she cared so much about everybody. Her real name wasn't Hart, it was Frances, but Hart sounded better than Frances, or sweeter. And she would worry about everyone. And she'd call me up. Somebody gave her my phone number in college, so she'd call my dorm, she'd call my apartment. She'd say, hey, I'm just thinking about you. Is everything okay? See, everything's fine. Well, don't you have exams next week? Yes, ma'am, I have exams. Well, aren't you worried about them? No, not really. She would worry about why I'm not worried. So I'm worried about you. I said, wow, because you're not worried about your exams next week. I thought, this woman prays 12 times a day and is like, let God, God's going to take care of it. But I always asked her, I said, I wish you would stop worrying about me. And you know what she would say? I love you so much that I can't. And then I'd feel awful. It's like, oh my God, she's probably the reason why there were times when things probably should have happened to me that didn't. She was praying. So I realized I didn't want her to stop. I wanted her to stop worrying. I didn't want her to stop praying. But what's something you want to stop doing today if you could? Because this is a very old quote from Aristotle. Aristotle said, what lies in our power to do lies in our power not to do. Another way of saying that is things that are easy to do are also easy not to do, right? It's easy to get up in the morning and check social media. And we're like professionals at it. All you do is just this. Just turn your phone on. I'm on Instagram in 5 seconds. But is it also easy to stop doing that? It actually is. And I love this saying too. If you aren't sure why you're doing something, you can never do enough of it. How do you know when you're done? When are you done checking social media or whatever it is, or surfing the web? So what if tomorrow you woke up, you spent the first 30 minutes going through your day, thinking about, what needs to happen right now, what can wait on your now list, what are the things that are really important to you, and then what are the piddly things? What if you spent the first 30 minutes thinking about what needs to happen in your own life, what needs to happen for your clients, and then focus on the big items? Do you think you'd have the capacity to do those things tomorrow if you spent some time really thinking about what you wanted to do? Would you have a clear image of what your day looked like? I'm going to be doing these things today. And can you imagine what it'd feel like if you weren't stressed out about doing all the things you needed to do? It's stressful out there. I know people are stressed. Your clients are stressed. It seems like there's so much to do. But I promise you, if you take time to break it down, some of these things we're worried about really aren't that important. They really don't matter, at least for that day. Maybe in the long run they do, but they don't have to all happen today. So also want you to imagine if you didn't check your social media accounts in the morning or email each day before 9:30, how many friends would call you up and really notice? Some people do notice. I had someone text me a picture of an Instagram post that I liked, And you know what they said? Said, I started laughing at this, and then I saw that you liked it, and I laughed even harder. So sometimes they notice it, but you get my point is, no one's checking on your activity. We think people are checking everything that we do, but maybe something you want to stop doing today is being stressed about things that don't matter. To me, that's kind of the biggest thing. So what I want to challenge you all to do is think how you would incorporate some of this into the next week. It's a holiday weekend. Who's going out of town for Labor Day? Only us? That's terrible. Does anybody?
Last week instead of this
Okay.
weekend.
Did anybody have plans to go out of town but couldn't? Nobody even wants to go on vacation anymore, do they?
I just figured everybody else was gonna go, so I didn't want to go.
So, you know, a lot of people are staying here. People don't want to travel. But, you know, we're not the only ones thinking about this. When you talk to your clients, there are things they've been thinking about doing. I want to live in a bigger house. I want to move out to the country. I want to move to the beach. You know, this is a great question to ask your clients too. And some of those 4 questions. Hey, have you ever dreamed about, you know, living somewhere else? Or where would you love to, when this is all over, you know, where would you see yourself living? People are thinking about things they want to be doing that they haven't. We talked about this last year when we we're kind of in the middle of the pandemic, but now people think that this is kind of just going to be normal. You know, we're going to get booster shots every 6 to 8 months, which it's great. I mean, have y'all heard some crazy rumors about how this is going to continue? I mean, it's getting a little weird. So people are really thinking hard about, well, what's the stuff, if this is what it's going to be like, what do I really want to be doing with my time? Some people aren't going back to work. Fred was telling us on rental applications that a lot of people now are working for themselves from home. They started a business. So a lot of people have been thinking about this for a while, and that's how Alan and I wanted to bring it to y'all, is to challenge you to start thinking about things you want to stop doing so that you can get back to doing things you want to do. So many times we hear agents get into this business because they want to be able to do, I want to go to my kids' activities, I want to be involved in school, I want to do this. Well, then our day just gets filled up with stuff. And we realize, I'm not doing any of this stuff that I really wanted to be doing. And so we start to get stressed out. So just spend some time thinking about that. And if there's anything we can help y'all with, we'd be happy to. That's our challenge. Think about the business meetings we've had already. How's the market? Negotiate home plate. Those are so relevant. And maybe there's some things you'd like to stop doing, like, you know, negotiating with other buyer agents who don't get qualified contracts. There's tons of things we can stop doing to save some time. So I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope everyone has a safe and happy Labor Day, and that you get to do some things that you want to do this weekend. So, and if you're interested in the tickets, just come see me after this is over. So thank you all for being here. Alan, do you have anything else? Okay.
Jeremy, do I have that?